guys, Veggie Gamer back, and we're checking out Harry Potter the 20th, not Harry Potter, and Harry Potter the 20th anniversary, a return to Hogwarts, apparently it's called VEGGIEKNIGHTS. Very excited for this. I actually don't 100% know what it is. I'm guessing it's the actors. I don't think it's in character, or kayfabe, as you'd say if you're a wrestling fan. I believe that it's the actors talking about the movies, maybe? Which I'm all up for, guys. I don't know much about it. I don't know if there's going to be any backstage stuff or outtakes and everything. I have been recommended some outtakes and some backstage videos and everything. Thank you very much for that. I will definitely be covering those on the channel, but we got the anniversary, guys. It's an hour and 40 minutes, so this is essentially a movie reaction, guys. So, as always, if you want to watch along with the full-length version, you can sign up to the Patreon, guys. There's no minimum amount. You can pay as little as you want, and you get access to all the movie reactions we've done. Also, you get early access for the book reviews and some other videos as well. In fact, I bloomin' visited Dobby's grave a week ago, guys. That's up on the Patreon right now, but it will be coming to the YouTube channel for free soon, so don't worry if you can't afford it. But the Patreon's there if you want to back it, guys, but never worry about it if you can't afford it. Most stuff on there will be coming to the channel, available for free eventually. But if you do want to watch the full length of Harry Potter 20th anniversary Return to Hogwarts movie, you can do so on there. But either way, thank you so much for your support on my Harry Potter series, guys. It has been phenomenal. It really has. It's been absolutely insane. I have absolutely fallen in love with this world, and it feels like yeah. I mean, I'd imagine this 20th anniversary to you guys was like the greatest, New Year's gift ever, because maybe it was posted on New Year's or maybe Christmas. But obviously, I finished watching the movies like little under a month ago. But I'm still really excited to watch this, and so yeah, like I say, I think it is a discussion with the cast and everything. I can't wait to see how they all look. Will they look like they did in the 19 years later thing? Will they all look a little bit knackered? I don't know. We'll find out. Just realised that my bed wasn't made in the background, so I fixed that now, guys. I fixed that. I don't have many notes to go through, which is probably a godsend for some of you guys, because my intro started to get nearly 20 minutes long at one point during the movie reviews. I covered all my notes for Deathly Hallows Part 2 in the Deathly Hallows Part 2 deleted scene video. I think it's called something like, "This scene changes everything for Draco," or something like that. And so if you missed that, you can go and check that out, where we discuss my favourite character from the movie and the usual stuff that we talk about. But right now, I don't have any notes to actually. Oh, actually, I think I do. Actually, I think I've got a couple of notes which I have. Oh yeah, okay. Okay, we do have a few, so let's get through it quickly this time. I don't want another 20-minute long intro. So first of all, guys, just after finishing Deathly Hallows Part 2, I posted out a poll saying, "Which house are you?" on YouTube. And it's insanely close, guys. It had thousands of votes. Thank you so much for voting on it if you did, guys. It's unbelievable. But what I gather from it is that my audience is very, very equal when it comes to the houses, but also most of you are smarter than me, because Ravenclaw does have the edge, but everyone else is so close, though, so phenomenal. Thank you so much for voting on that. Like I say, I do have the Dobby's Beach vlog, which I posted over on the Patreon, but that will be coming to the YouTube channel soon for free, guys, so don't worry if you can't afford it. But it is up there right now. It is a beautiful location. It's a place called Freshwater West, and I take my own rock along there, and yes, we check out some very interesting Easter eggs. There's one about Bellatrix there, which is hilarious. So yes, look out for that. This is just a random little note, guys, and in a way, I don't want to know the answer to this, just in case if it is different in the books. But I have been watching, I can't remember the name of it again. I've been watching Snape's Memory a lot, guys. That is probably the scene which I've watched the most after watching the movies. It's so beautifully well done. Dumbledore's farewell, in my opinion, is best used in this scene. That's the music that's playing in the background. But I was thinking to myself, are there theories? And again, I don't really want to get into this because I want to find out what it's like in the books first. But are there theories suggesting that maybe Snape's memory isn't completely faithful? Because we found out in the not the previous movie, it would have been Half-Blood Prince, where Slughorn manipulated his memory to show him saying, "I'm not going to tell you that, now get out," and everything like that. We know that Snape... Would Snape have changed part of his memory? The most interesting part of Dumbledore's... of Snape's memory, in my opinion, is the role reversal. Once it's established that Dumbledore is, his time is limited, Dumbledore and Snape essentially switch character, and it's so beautifully done. Where you have this character who's saying, "Yeah, we're gonna have to Harry's gonna have to die by the hands of Voldemort." This character who, throughout these entire movies, has been the absolute most defender of Harry in Dumbledore, saying, "Yeah, he's got to die now." And Snape then jumping into that role of being the person who cares most about it, and Dumbledore even calling him out in probably the most beautiful part of the entire movie, maybe, saying, what does he say? Don't tell me that you've actually learned to care for the boy. And then we find out about the Patronus and so on, and, Lily always and everything. That's such a... I mean, that bit where Dumbledore and Snape, in a way, have switched roles, almost. I think it's beautiful. I wonder if there are any theories suggesting that maybe other parts, maybe not that part, but maybe other parts, maybe where it shows James shoving it in the corridor, maybe that was exactly how it happened, or something else during Snape's memory where he has manipulated it just to be a little bit different. I'd be interested to know if there are theories about that, but like I say, I also don't really want to know because I want to be able to get to it in the book first. But let me know your thoughts either way, guys. But yes, we are ploughing on with book reviews. I'm thoroughly enjoying that. I really am. And that's really it. Yeah, the other notes I'll leave for the book review. The next book review, which they are getting longer and longer on the Patreon, guys. Seriously, so they will start appearing on YouTube, and you'll be amazed by how long some of them get, guys. It's amazing how much we have to discuss in them. Enough waffle. Let's check out Harry Potter 20th Anniversary Return to Hogwarts. I'm looking forward to it, guys. Like I said, I don't 100% know what it's going to be. Mysterious thing time. Albus Dumbledore. That is London. Is that Regent Street? I don't know Oxford overly well. Hermione, maybe? Is this in character? It's not in character. Okay, there's Robbie Coltrane. Neville looks amazing. Love that jumper. Lovely scene, Robbie Coltrane. Great actor, guys. Oh, his invitation to Hogwarts. Oh, hang on, is this kayfabe? Wait, what? Neville looks great, guys. My goodness, has he done much acting since? That's a cool hat. I do approve. Oh, okay. Now I'm confused. Oh wait, no, it should be the guy from the movie. Trying to be funny. Oh! My goodness, Arthur. Was that Fred and George? Wow, okay, that's awesome to see. Ginny's back, Luna. Oh my goodness. Oh, bless. Apparently Luna's big into animal rights and everything, guys. There's Bellatrix. Leave your rock on the Bellatrix Hate Club at Dobby's Beach, guys. Good to see her back. Wow, I'm excited to see who we're going to get. Obviously, there's going to be many people who we won't have, because sadly, a lot of them have passed away, guys. I'm hoping they get a mention. Malfoy, okay, he looks great. It's weird singing without the white hair. It really is weird singing but without the white hair. Draco, I should say. Well, that's not... that's not Warwick Davis, I'm pretty sure. Robbie Coltrane. Apparently, he's a bit of a recluse now, so I'm glad that he did this. It must be weird for a lot of you seeing him without the beard, but that's how I'm used to Robbie Coltrane. I'm really glad the Draco's in this. Again, I don't think it's... Oh! Sirius. Gary Oldman, thank you very much. I'm not... Again, I always say I'm not very good at names, guys, but then I tend to pull them out of the air when watching these movies. Where is Daniel? Okay. There he is. With the beard as well. I don't think I've ever seen him with a beard before. I think I saw a movie called Sin City with him in. I think he was in it briefly as like a villain.
Very moment, people meeting in secret all
over
the country.
This is from the first chapter.
To Harry Potter,
the boy who lived. That's the first chapter of the audiobook. I wonder if Fry will be in this. I'd imagine not.
The queues of kids round the block. I mean, thousands of them all waiting for the latest one.
Yeah, this blooming Gryffindor scum. That was a joke. It really was huge over here, guys.
My dad used to do all the voices, and my brother and I just became obsessed.
I went for a sleepover at his house, and he said, well, Philosopher's Stone's there on the bookshelf. That's what we did. This whole sleepover.
No
We just sort
way.
of sat there in silence, him reading Chamber of Secrets, me reading Philosopher's Stone.
At the time of reading, we instantly relate to two.
Oh my god!
Not many twins in literature.
The Chamber of Secrets was the first.
It's
book
true.
I sort of genuinely stayed up at night.
Are they not gingers in real life?
The search for Harry Potter was insane.
The new
I
Harry
bet.
Potter film.
The same as Anakin Skywalker.
So they seemingly walked away. And of course, while there's still one gentleman holding a boom mic straight over our heads. And this little girl asked me, "What's that?" It's a mic, duh. I remember it because it was Emma.
I was gonna say, was it Emma?
By the excitement around this audition.
That's adorable.
Immediately a light
Oh.
bulb went off in my head and I said, this is Harry Potter.
This is the kid
I didn't even know he acted before then.
I think the deal was to sign on for like all 7 films and they would be filmed in LA. So mum and dad were like, no.
That's like a huge disruption to his life. Fortunately, David Heyman.
Screw that.
That's
Oh,
a
what?
an egg.
What is it?
That's what that is.
You're really sweet, but you looked like you had real like stuff going on.
It was very emotional.
A horrible thing to say.
To make sure that they all had this chemistry, which immediately was obvious in the
bless
first screen
them.
test.
Remember, guys.
I never thought to look in here. I checked this out first term for a bit of light reading. This is life.
Philosopher's Stone. Oh my god, look at Money's face! That was adorable. Hey! Back in the commons room.
Simultaneously.
His beard looks great.
It's quite surreal.
If I sort of turn things upside
The
down.
pressure, guys.
Hermione made
Them being
complete
interviewed at that age
sense
does
to
seem
me.
strange.
That's me. Like, I am that girl.
So I live in a family of 7. And,
Oh.
I've got a red-headed sister, and I live in a burrow.
Rupert is the most.
I like how it's Radcliffe doing the interviewing in that. That's a very interesting dynamic. I don't know what I feel about kids that young being interviewed like that, guys. Obviously, the interviewers aren't going to be like trying to rip them to pieces and everything, but so much pressure. You would have thought that they'd be kept behind the scenes, you know, maybe, but it worked out well for them all. So, you know, hush my mouth. Oh, Neville.
The whole crew just like they kept us having fun the whole time. Obviously, we were just
Important.
Kids, and we were all looking forward to mucking about.
Exactly.
The film has made the atmosphere very much like a fun fair.
You got to when working with kids, guys. I hate this sort of thing. I really do. There's that's
harder for themselves.
Goyle, isn't it?
Throughout a take, our attention would like
Yeah.
wane and come and go.
You got to keep it like a game. That's Oxford, I believe. That corridor.
That they couldn't contain their excitement long enough to focus on an entire scene.
He was such a dad as well. Like
That shirt,
feel that, like,
Rupert. My goodness. That looks like it's been passed down a few times.
I thought Richard Harris worked here as a tour guide for a while.
I need to watch more Richard Harris stuff, guys. I really do. I don't think I've seen anything else of him in.
To get past Fluffy. And with Dumbledore gone.
Good afternoon.
The British royalty of the acting world.
Yes!
Just grow up around and hear
Maggie Smith.
hear them interact and hear the quickness of people.
Robbie Coltrane.
he was such a kid, like, so immature.
Oh, awesome.
It's incredibly good.
He
at
was a comedy actor, you know.
Absolutely everything. I've tried creams, I've tried jellies, I tried shaving. My husband is threatening to leave me. If he really loved me, he wouldn't mind a little facial hair, I'm sure, but he's been very, very difficult.
Amazing. Yeah, particularly in the 80s, he did a lot of comedy.
I keep thinking about that
It was
scene
awesome.
where I get called a mudblood. My first, like, big piece of acting.
Yeah, that's true, actually. The first, like, real character point for Hermione.
What's a mudblood?
Don't
It
run.
means dirty blood. Mudblood's a really foul name for someone who is muggle-born. Someone like me.
The
Great
three of you have
performance,
become
guys.
such great actors.
All the
Being
kids in
on
this have
that
been brilliant.
set,
All the floors are real York stone. And they put a plastic floor down. It's got to be the real stuff.
Wow!
Like candles going up and down in wire.
Hundreds of real candles that were really lit on the fishing line.
Why just not CG them in? How dangerous was that? They were not real candles. My goodness, health and safety, please. Hufflepuff right there.
Quidditch is easy enough to understand.
Better done in the book,
Each team
this
has
scene.
7 players.
Oh my goodness. Ah, Lee Jordan, he's amazing in the book, guys. His commentary is hilarious.
This kid is an amazing actor. And it was that moment that...
Radcliffe doesn't take praise well. I don't either, guys, to be honest. You can tell by his face there. Hope they interview Hedwig at some point. I'm surprised we've seen Arthur, haven't we? We haven't seen Molly yet. It's who's available, actually, isn't it, really? So the twins don't really have ginger hair. That's kind of broken my brain. They have brown hair, right? I don't know if I can accept this reality. There's Arthur.
The kind of Weasleys were all together, like the Burrow scenes. It just had this frenetic energy.
I completely agree. They legit seem like a family.
It changed all the time. It sort of expanded and contracted. 1 minute it was a huge fireplace.
Okay, that broke my brain. I thought that was from the movie.
Change. I feel like being a Weasley is the best part of being in Harry Potter. We had like
I kind of agree.
Family, but I felt like Julie Walters, who played my mother, Mrs. Weasley, was just so wonderful and brilliant to me.
She is a fantastic actress, Julie Walters. Their chemistry is fantastic.
Family. They were always kind of staying in character.
Dumbledore,
Who?
Who did?
Dumbledore, now you're here, Harry.
What exactly is the function of a rubber duck?
Distraction in Hitman games. We've established that.
It was a family, you know.
Lucius Malfoy. We meet at last.
I was first aware of Harry Potter
there he
because
is.
everybody was reading the books on the tube.
Jason Isaacs.
Everywhere I went to audition for Gilderoy Lockhart, and Chris said, that was great, would you mind
Oh,
reading
he
the
would have been
book?"
great. Gilderoy as well.
I don't want to play two children's villains. And I read
Yes, you
through
do, mate.
Gritted teeth, was deeply bitter. And of course, that's exactly what was necessary, and they asked me to play Lucius, and thank God they did.
Absolutely. He's brilliant. He really is. I wanted more Lucius, to be honest.
He's a product of his parents, Draco,
Mhm.
and he's got really bad
Very true.
parents. If Hagrid was your first influence, chances are you're going to be all right there, mate. You're going to be lovely and very huggy.
That still freaks me out.
Psychopath wielding a cobra cane out about.
This is very interesting hearing the actor talk about Draco. It really is. It's a fascinating character, guys. Sadly, the mother's no longer with us, the actress.
The very first scene that I shot was actually cut and it's on the deleted scenes.
Yes.
I also touched something and I used this cane.
The extended edition, yeah.
But I didn't know how sharp the teeth were. And they went right into little Tom's hand.
Oh no!
So sorry, I didn't realise how sharp they were and how heavy it was. And he went, no, no, it's all right, it's good for the scene.
Oh, bless him!
Oh, did I hit you too hard? Did I hit you too hard? He's real, Jekyll and Hyde, that one.
Yeah. That must be strange as a kid. Oh, Dobby!
I remember saying to a friend, I've got this part, it's an elf.
He plays Dobby? I knew that actor! Oh man, I can't think what I've seen him in, but I've seen him and stuff. I had no idea this was him! Toby Jones, okay.
Swung my leg out. I stepped down the stairs. Swung my
You guys told me about this.
Chris goes, cut! Can we clean the floor where Jason slipped, please? I kicked Dobby down the stairs.
You guys had told me about this. This is fascinating.
This is going to be ridiculously good fun.
Yeah, the fact that it's his idea. Oh, don't.
The shock is pathetic, isn't it, on one level, but on another level it's
Say that.
everything.
It is everything.
I think the beauty of the character.
Oh, bless Dobby.
Master has presented Dobby with clothes.
You need to watch the Dobby's Grave video, guys. It'll break your heart. That is me pouring water, by the way, guys. I'm not having a wait. I had no idea that actor was Dobby.
Richard Harris, and we had a
Fawkes.
animatronic version.
He's in Bad Days.
of the Phoenix. Richard came in
Yeah, it looked
and
alright for the
looked
time.
at the Phoenix and said,
Practical,
wow, they train these animals
practical effects.
marvelously these days.
Oh, you're kidding me.
The eye, so they could see Richard looking at it.
Coming up. Oh, coming of age, sorry. Oh, we are doing it by chapters. There's Sirius. Gary Oldman. That jacket, I do approve. They had great chemistry in the movies. They really did.
The reasons we chose him is he obviously has the potential for darkness.
This Jekyll and Hyde thing again. It really was.
And has such a warmth.
People were telling me to read the books, and I had kids, so it was.
Is
gonna
Gary
be,
Oldman English or American? He sounds English. I think I've always assumed that he was American.
There is a greater optimism around the tone itself.
That really comes out in Azkaban. It really does. But I don't know if it is my favourite, guys. I do think Deathly Hallows Part 2 is my favourite, but Azkaban I do think is the best made movie out of them. I'd like to know your thoughts in the comments, to be honest. I don't know how it compares to the books yet, obviously, but we'll get there.
Are you going to kill me, Harry?
The way he says that is so evil, it seems a little bit much. You're gonna kill me, Harry.
Yeah, you were like, listen, Emma, you need
The
to
Gary
watch
chat.
this. It's Gary Oldman. It's a really big deal. And
Oh my goodness.
I'm a rejection of my own fears because I was like,
Oh, I'm
"Dan,
sure."
you need to be cool. This guy's a big deal.
Yeah.
You could see in the way that Dan looked at Gary, the adulation.
It's so important for those later scenes that they had that connection.
I feel like me with Ben and we're just like watching tennis in that scene, just being like, this is acting, guys. This is what we all need to work in.
There was Tim Spall.
Oh, Toby's fault.
Alan Rickman.
Yeah.
David Thewlis. You, Emma, Rupert.
It's really nice of you to include me, Emma, and Rupert in it.
No, that scene is an awesome scene.
There are wonders of that sometimes as well, and that was really
Oh, bless you, got scammers. The best scene out of the entire thing, guys. Very, very possibly. So good.
And you can see Rupert and Emma and Dan.
Yeah,
that
they
they're
were brilliant.
completely committed to the scene. I love it. I have such a great memory of it.
It's brilliant. It's just brilliant.
I love the relationship Harry and Sirius have.
Rickman would have an in, wouldn't he?
Did. It's him. Why are you doing that like that? He said, I'll tell you later.
Yes, on a need-to-know basis.
Wait a decade.
Wait a decade.
So he set us this exercise where he asked us to write an essay in character.
Oh my goodness. That must have been scary.
Of course, Emma writes like 12
Oh no.
pages.
And I said, Rupert, where's your assignment? I thought that Ron wouldn't do it.
Would he do it? I guess not. Movie Ron wouldn't do it. This scene was so beautiful.
A redemption by
I'm glad they're going through it movie by movie, guys. This is brilliant.
The two of them flying in the night
Mm.
under the silver
Two
moon.
exiles. Beautiful. What a beautiful scene that was, guys. It's a shame that we never got the Hippogriff back.
But with Potter, you would come
Yeah.
back, and well, that's what made it.
As they
amongst
age as
many
well.
things.
Goblets. I don't think we're gonna get what's his name? I can't remember. Cedric. Robertson. Patterson. Oh my
was
goodness.
a perfect director for that film. It was a really like bombastic, action-packed.
It's very interesting that they change directors like this. I don't know much about directing, guys, but
It has to have this great
Robert
big,
Pattinson, there we go.
energetic core to it.
Oh my goodness. Hufflepuff.
So excited.
Okay, this is good.
The Weasley twins, whom I was very
Oh,
fond of.
amazing.
We were doing the scene when Fred and George are rejected from entering the Triwizard Tournament.
These two were sort of prissing about at it.
Pressing about.
said, no, come on, boys, really, it's a fight. Well, of course, I was a tubby 60-year-old gent at that.
Oh my goodness.
And
Getting involved with it.
you shouldn't have done it.
And so he dived on me.
He didn't hurt him.
And just went like this.
I remember gripping him round the waist and trying to fling him about and so forth, and cracked a couple of ribs.
Oh my god!
Agony from then on. But of course, the wonderful
Suffering
thing
for your
was
art.
that I had made a complete twit of myself.
You know,
amazing.
You shouldn't break a director's rib.
That's brilliant. I want to see that footage again. That's hilarious.
They just mirrored all those kind of awkward phases you go through.
Angelina, is that her name? Angelina Johnson. Quidditch player.
The amount peak hormone, at least for me.
Oh, pumpkin pasty. We're not going to see her, are we?
bring in 2 massive groups of new people. All of them are like purposefully hot for the film.
Yes, very true. I didn't even think about that. They're like a proper stereotype, aren't they?
A dance.
The scene when the students are learning to dance.
It's
It was pretty
amazing.
much like a typical school dance.
We were in a big room in Oxford. Maggie's right
Oh,
in the middle,
was that
and she
Oxford?
says, right, I'm going to teach you to dance.
I wonder what
Of course,
college.
She picks Rupert.
We were winding him up. We were winding up anyway
Before we started
filming.
They kind of
Ah.
convinced me before we filmed it that there was this whole like dance routine planned.
We were like, don't you know your steps?
They're straight out of the book, guys.
We've been doing a routine for like the past 6 weeks or something like that.
Oh my god, they are literally Fred and George. They are literally Fred and George.
There was all these incredibly beautiful young people, perfectly dressed.
And then there's Grunt. I think he looked great. I really do.
Yeah, you didn't feel cool at really any point in that.
What are they called? The Bulgarian outfits looked amazing at the Yule Bowl.
Emma obviously looked beautiful, and
Yeah, that's kind of
me
the
and
point,
Rupert
isn't
looked
it?
Like, I don't know, Austin Powers mates.
Yeah, there we go. The Bulgarians looked awesome. Apart from the fur. Maybe it's fake. I don't think it's fake.
I knew it was a big deal, and I was miserable. I just knew it was the like duckling becomes a swan moment. I knew it was like all of this pressure suddenly. Like he's giving me a million different directions about how to walk down the stairs, and of course I fell down the stairs.
We were a bunch of very self-conscious teenagers that were like,
She actually fell down the stairs.
We're gonna learn some dance steps for this.
Emma and I have always
Oh my
loved each
goodness.
other, really.
I walked into the room where we were having tutoring. What you thought God looked like, and Tom had drawn
Wow.
a girl on a skateboard, and just fell in love with him.
That's pretty
I
cool.
was in the hair and makeup chair. She had a crush on you.
I used to come in every day and look
What?
for his
What?
number on the call sheet. It was number 7. An extra exciting day.
No way.
Above me. And so for him, he was like...
That adds a lot to the mudblood scene, doesn't it, eh?
Was the one I could often be more vulnerable with. We just love each other. That's all I can say about that.
Nothing wrong with that. That is adorable. Guys, my goodness. Oh dear, here we go. And there we lost a Hufflepuff, guys. So this was the first time it was Ralph Fiennes. Of course it would have been, wouldn't it?
Kind of delicate, subtle.
He is a fantastic
force
actor.
Of personality.
Oh wow. So they CG'd the nose out?
Harry Potter thing, Voldemort. What's that? What? You're being asked to play Voldemort?
You've got to do it.
That's so cool.
I wasn't expecting that, and I thought, wow, that's a strong look.
Yeah.
I didn't feel Voldemort was that human. Voice, breath on breath. Harry Potter.
This is awesome.
He does have a nose, spoiler alert, and he was covered in stickers.
Spoiler alert.
So he was slightly less intimidating.
I thought they would have squashed it down.
I can touch
It looks so good.
It took about
This
3 hours
is
to make up
awesome.
the painting of the hands, the nails, the teeth.
Yeah.
In that confrontation, Cedric is killed. Harry, he manages to take the body back at the end of the competition, and Cedric Diggory's father believes
No,
that his
don't.
son has won. He howls like a dog.
This is my boy!
What a performance.
And suddenly, you realize that this movie is not about life, it's about death.
Oh wow, what a great line.
It was also the first time Harry sort of
What a
feels
great
the
line.
death of somebody young close to him.
The moment of Cedric Diggory's death is the moment when the series comes of age.
It really is. More than Azkaban, I'd say it's Goblet, definitely.
The 3 of them, they're in adversity. And that forges friendships, as we know.
Very true. That stuff with... I've always said Ralph, guys. I'm sorry. I know it's Ray Fiennes. I've always... I can never stop myself from saying Ralph Fiennes. But Ray Fiennes, that I need more of in my life. That was fascinating. Him talking about his process playing Voldemort and everything. That was really awesome. Also with Lucius as well, but that Ralph had me freaking. I don't think I said anything. I was just completely focused on what he was saying. That was really fascinating. So this whole thing is just a really lovely treat. It really is. It's lovely seeing all like the kids growing up and everything. Daniel's beard looks freaking amazing in my opinion. And yeah, like hearing about like it was like at the time, I'm really not surprised that at least in the first movie, and I think it said the first two, they did have to like keep it very entertaining for the kids to be, you know, focused and everything, which just makes sense. You got to make it like a game, and then pull them in like whenever they need to like really focus and everything. But I would imagine the scenes where it's like a kid and an adult would have been a lot more stress for them. So the adult actors had to really be on their game to like make sure that there is this connection between them two. That was really fascinating hearing them all talk about how it was for them back then. Very interesting about, I'm going to have to use their in-universe names, but Hermione and Draco, their actors like having this connection and everything, that is absolutely sweet. That really is. I don't think I've heard anything about, it's Tom, isn't it? I believe, or Tim. The Draco actor, I certainly don't think I've ever seen anything with him in before, but he seemed like a very awesome guy, and the fact that him and Emma Watson had this connection is really, really quite sweet. Very interesting that Emma found the Yule Ball quite stressful, especially like walking down the stairs and everything. It said that she fell down it. If I missed footage whilst writing it down, guys, of her falling down the stairs, I apologise, but that is you know what, I can understand that being a very stressful thing, because it is this sudden, as she put, the ugly duckling moment, but like this sudden moment where the character is meant to be representing something very different than she has done previously. So that was very interesting hearing her talking about that. I made this note here, guys. Well, first of all, Fred and George are just awesome. They really are. And I'm amazed that they're not really gingers. I would have put money on that being their natural hair, but they looked great with it, though. They really did. And the fact that they wound Grint up by like saying, have you not learned all the things? It's the whole choreograph thing that we're meant to know for this scene and everything. That literally is what Fred and George would do. If you haven't read the books, guys, in the Sorting Hat ceremony, I think after they realise that you just put their hat on and it decides which house you're in, I think that Ron like says to Harry, either Fred or George, was telling me that there's a thing where you had to wrestle a troll, which ends up weirdly happening later on in the book in a way. But yeah, and so that is the fact that Fred and George, the actors, told Rupert that he's meant to know this massive dance routine. That is so in character. And you know what? I keep on jumping between actual names and fictional names, but Ron and Fred and George, and sometimes I do say George and Fred, guys. That's my dyslexia, just jumping to the first name that I can remember and then filling in the rest. I know that some people get a little bit frustrated with that. I apologise. But yeah, they really did have that connection, which made, obviously, the scene where Fred died even more powerful. The fact that Rupert Grint was fantastic in that scene. There was so much going on at that moment in Deathly Hallows 2. I wasn't able to comment on it that much, because, you know, then we jumped to frickin' the shot of Tonks and frickin' Lupin as well. Or Lupin and Tonks. So yeah, but they clearly had this fantastic relationship where they really did seem like actual brothers. But the fact that they told Rupert that he's meant to know this whole thing, that is so in character, it's ridiculous. It really is. Love seeing Gary Oldman. I do think I probably did know that Gary Oldman was English, but I think in most things that I've seen him in, he was American. I think I've seen Leon. I'm not sure if... I feel like I've seen scenes of it, and I know that he's in that, or is it Ronin? He's in one of them. I've seen the Dark Knight movies with him in. I'm sure I have seen other things with him in, but I feel like in my head I've always half assumed that he's American. But no, he certainly sounds like he's got an English accent on this. As I said about Rafe Fiennes rather than Ralph Fiennes, I always go to say Ralph Fiennes, I'm afraid, guys. I don't know why. But that was fascinating hearing him talk about his process of being Voldemort. I thought that he literally just squashed his nose down and they like did makeup over it. And so he almost sounded a little bit nasty because of it. But no, that was the voice that he was putting on. That was fascinating. I want more Rafe in this. And in fact, Lucius talking about his process, and the fact that he kicked Dobby down the stairs was basically made up on the spot. That you guys have told me about that, guys, including the line where he like says, hopefully Mr. Potter can be here next time that we'd help or something, and Harry like says, don't worry, I will be. Apparently that was ad lib as well, guys, and so really awesome hearing more about him. I want to hear more about Alan Rickman, because obviously he's such a key part to this series, but we really haven't heard that much about him. The sad thing is, guys, that a lot of the actors at this point would have passed away. So like Uncle Monty, like the Draco's mother, Alan Rickman, of course, many. We actually haven't heard anything about the second Dumbledore yet, like at all. Yeah, we haven't heard anything about Gambon yet. In this, I'm sure we will. The thing is, it's going through movie by movie, which is brilliant. The fact that it's doing that, it really just adds so much, and the fact that it's got the different directors and so on. I gotta admit, guys, I don't know much about directors and all that sort of thing. I'm certainly not one of these people who think, oh great, the latest Tarantino movie's out, I need to go and see that. I don't see movies like that. I see movies as being if I'm interested in the trailer or not, you know, sort of thing. And so I'm not someone who really focuses on directors. But it's so interesting hearing all their different stories from it. The fact that that Goblet one broke ribs while wrestling with one of Fred and George is amazing. I need to watch that footage again, because he does sort of like stop and go like that, and he looks a little bit worried. It's hilarious. But yeah, guys, this is really excellent. It is a real treat. It really is, and it feels again Christmassy. All these movies feel Christmassy, but very interesting to hear their thoughts on Deathly Hallows Part 1. I really am, actually, because that is such a different pace. But, you know, we got Order of the Phoenix. Hopefully, we're going to get some Umbridge. We haven't had any Filch yet. Obviously, they had a limited amount of people who they could actually get together for this. But it's lovely seeing who they actually have so far. But yes, and yeah, Half-Blood Prince as well. This is a real treat. What a great idea this is to have this thing 20 years on. Hey! Oh my goodness, Bellatrix! Hello, Bonacana.
They're all still here.
Oh my god.
I mean, has anyone fed them? This is so sad.
That's terrible. They're still worried about the dragon.
It was a pleasure being your co-star and coaster. Wow.
Coaster.
I do love you, and I just wish I'd been born 10 years earlier. I might have been in with a chance. Thanks for being cool.
Isn't it nice? No, I should
Oh,
always
bless.
share that. It's an actual relic. It's 11 years and
Don't touch them.
It smells a bit whiffy.
I don't smell them.
Just gonna put them right in your mouth, yeah?
Oh my goodness.
I remember trying to be in charge of the scene and her just having the best time.
Oh yes.
She was allowed to do anything she wanted. She could cackle, she could jump up and down.
But that's what Lucius would have been doing, yeah.
I kept on wanting to go.
There we go.
"Shut up."
Yeah.
Yeah, I go through the veil. Then there was speculation of, does he come back? Can he come back?
Yeah, it really wasn't very clear. I'm guessing that's more covered in the books, but that even at the time I was just very confused with what actually happened here specifically. Because obviously up to this point we'd seen Cedric's body after he got taken out and so on.
And Gary and David would treat us more like adults. That like a few of us were like kind of ready to be like, could you push me? Like we want to.
Oh, interesting. Yes, of course. That's very true, because she wouldn't have worked with them beforehand. So she wouldn't treat them like the little kid from before. Oh, here we go, Umbridge. Unbelievably good.
Well with actors, really pushes them
Umbridge.
all the right way.
One of the best performances in the entire series, quite frankly.
Emma is not sure she wants to come back to do another Potter.
You're kidding me.
Whereas Emma was not only younger, she was by herself.
Interesting.
It was lonely.
We never talked
Oh
about it
dear.
on film because we were all just kids.
No, that makes sense.
14-year-old boy, I was never going to turn around to another 14-year-old and be like, hey, how you doing? Like, is everything okay?
I also had kind of similar feelings to Emma.
Called it a day. But,
wow.
We never really spoke about it. I guess we were just kind of going through it at our own pace. We were
kind of in the moment at the time. It just
This
didn't really occur to us.
Fascinating. Yeah, I mean, it's their choice if they want to pull out. Yeah. How interesting, guys.
meant so much to so many.
It really does. I've got, you know what, I need to make a note. I've got some wonderful messages from you guys about these movies and the books.
We've got one thing that Voldemort doesn't have.
Each other. It's a better line than what he says. Something to fight for.
Something worth fighting for.
It should be each other. Sorry, Harry, but I'm better wizard than you.
A Potter movie. That was his
Mm.
safe place.
I'm really looking forward to watching the film. with
Safe
my
place is something which I've heard people say several times.
Oh,
Oh yes, come on now.
J.K. Rowling since I was about 11 years old to say thank you.
heard about this.
Say J.K. Rowling was my pen friend.
Oh bless. Yeah, you guys told me about that. It's so sweet. Was that really her with Harry Potter painted on glasses?
It was on my screen test. Mistletoe. I remember him talking to me, and I kept forgetting that I have to talk back to him. I think that contributed to the whole Luna Lovegood vibe because she
Definitely.
is a bit spacey.
Oh, that line. That's so true. That's fascinating.
The movies kind of gave people permission to accept parts of themselves. Oddness as a superpower represented on screen.
Oddness as a superpower. I'm writing that down.
Everyone wants to know that they do belong. It's a great relief of loneliness, I think.
Love this scene so much. Love it. Love it. Oddness as a superpower, guys. I need a t-shirt of that.
So everyone on this set has known you for about 6 or 7 years, and they watched you grow up, and they're now going to just watch you kill. Cool.
God.
Bonnie and Ivana and Katie are and who they've become. They've all become these incredible activists.
Really? I didn't know that. I knew Luna. That's very interesting. Living common room. With the scary Christmas cards.
We'll take your cue. When you do
Oh.
your spell, it will blow up. Because I thought, wow.
Really? Holy moly!
This horrible thrill of power. Right.
Wow! I didn't think that would be practical.
Satisfying them than you know making a feather levitate.
I know that she apparently perforated Neville's eardrum or something. Oh, that might come up.
Harry is under the impression Draco Malfoy is now a Death Eater.
I never understood why Hermione would see that as so much of an unlikely thing.
Draco, years ago, I knew a boy who made all the wrong choices.
Love that line.
Please let me help.
Don't you understand? I have to kill you. He's gonna kill me.
This is your opportunity to really shine.
I remember David Yates
really was.
saying if we can get just 1% of empathy or sympathy for him, then we'll have done our job.
Absolutely. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I love Draco's arc. I do love Draco's story arc, guys. I really do. And in a sense, I know that some people are frustrated with how it ended, but in a sense, I think that is... I think it's brilliant. I'm looking forward to it in the book. I really am. But I actually really liked how it was done in the movie as well.
So many people that we both thought would be around for much longer than they have been.
Yeah, several names, unfortunately. Let's see Phillips, so the Sorting Hat is still going strong though, guys. He's in his 90s now, I believe. It's his birthday a few days ago.
Richard Harris
Oh,
was
is
such
this...
a special...
This is going to be like the thing with the Oscars, isn't it? Where they go through the actors that have passed away.
He was so twinkly.
He was this devilish 11-year-old trapped in a 70-plus-year-old man's body.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
That glint in his eye,
Amazing.
which made him the perfect Dumbledore.
Mr. Dursley.
There's no
Oh yes!
as magic.
Such a great actor, guys. He really is.
His wickedness.
This joke that he's telling there is disgraceful.
He was generous with knowledge. He was just like wanted to share everything with you.
I bet. I bet. So good, guys. He's well known in the UK, maybe not elsewhere. Oh, John Hurt, of course.
I knew that absolute legend.
Yeah.
I know I ought not to be here.
Oh, jeez, just last year.
Frankly, adolescent laughter were on the set.
Oh, bless. That's nice. Good to hear.
She taught me a lot. See, I can't even say it.
She should have been in the movies more, guys. I love this character.
I can teach you how to bewitch the mind.
Alan Rickman never talked to me like I was a child. He always took my thoughts and opinion very seriously.
I bet.
Alan was a very dear friend. And we had that final scene, his final scene.
I wonder if they would work together before.
I was a little intimidated by him, his precision, his expert delivery of lines, and we sort of went toe to toe in a
Jeez.
funny way. You know?
Ray Fiennes saying that is insane.
Alan was a magician in that way as an actor.
You need to, if you haven't seen much Alan Rickman stuff, you need to go and seek it out, guys. He's fantastic.
And you can always find them. In here.
Well, that was sweet. I'm glad they did that. Oh man, there's so many more as well. Roger Lloyd Pack will be in there somewhere. There's a beautiful live performance of Dumbledore's Farewell, which I've seen, where it shows the scene where they're all pointing the torches up in the air, and suddenly like a spotlight shoots up into the air because it's outside, and everyone like gets their lights out, their phones out, and points them up in the air with it. It's beautiful. It's actually really sweet. It's like a spontaneous thing. Here we go then, the two-parter. Marauders map. Oh, that's sweet. Love it.
The measures they had. He wanted to tell them what that meant to him, but he simply could not find words important enough.
Wow, I really like that line.
Remember my hamster? Does anyone remember my hamster?
Yes.
Millie.
Yeah, I didn't remember the hamster's name. I'm sorry.
When Millie died, the set designers
Jesus.
built Millie her own custom-made wooden coffin.
Oh my goodness, what are you laughing at? Radcliffe?
I kept wanting to pick up dead Millie and like stroke and touch dead Millie.
What are you laughing at?
We all still look better than we do in the epilogue, which is great. Like, we've made it in before.
Yes, you really do. Yeah, they look completely shagged out on the epilogue. It's still lovely, but they all look knackered. Oh, everyone had a bit of padding on, surely.
We went all in.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful scene. But it's been a rough 19 years for them.
Astronauts. Because no one else has really experienced.
Oh, there it is, guys. Freshwater Beaches is where I was last week.
Forever bonded by that.
I think we have all fallen asleep in various, like, on each other in, like, some of the most grand cathedrals and things in the UK.
What's that?
Dumbledore sends you off to find all these Horcruxes, but doesn't tell you how to destroy them.
It's very
Ron is so good in this movie. I know some people disagree. I think he's brilliant in it.
This movie, the director came in and was like, hey, how about you do slow dancing to Nick Cave for 5 minutes? You're like, wait.
Is it Nick Cave? Okay, I didn't know that. It's such a different pace of a movie, guys. It really is. Not in a bad way. It had to be, because it made the next one so joyous because of it.
I feel like you and I got to have a moment of fun.
Yeah,
which we also
needed
think
at that
needed
point.
at that
Yes.
point, you know.
I bet. They looked like they'd been out there for months camping out.
We were racing through the woods, trying not to be caught by the snatchers.
So dangerous. So dangerous. Not just with dog poos, you're going to be falling over rocks and everything. I'd be scared, quite frankly.
Chris was like, you do your thing.
Yeah,
I'll be here.
for me, running is a stunt.
Running is a stunt. Rodding is a stunt.
Absolutely do not like watching very many scenes of myself in there, but I watched you two and I think you're...
Oh, really? Radcliffe seems like an unconfident guy. Not in a bad way. In a good way, in a really good way.
Us kissing was the most horrifying thing either of us have ever.
What a nice thing to say.
I love Ron and Hermione's romance. And
I picked up her and Chambers.
This relationship
Yes!
Because
we're doing the kiss this week between Ron and Hermione.
What?
Doing the kiss between Ron and Hermione in the Chamber of Secrets.
Oh my goodness. They both look shook.
It was almost like prepping them for a major sports event.
We just kept laughing. And I was
Oh
just
my
really
goodness,
scared
please
we
show
were never
that.
gonna get it because we just couldn't take it seriously.
I love it.
I was just being an absolute dick about this and was like, I'm gonna come on set and watch you guys kiss.
Oh my goodness.
His face explode with surprise because he thought it's only the first take.
Kind of think I blacked out.
I just remember your face.
Blacked out.
It sounded like an actual horror.
That's amazing. It gets big reaction. I've seen like a cinema reaction to it, guys, and the crowd just goes absolutely atomic when they kiss.
Hardest things I have ever had to do.
There are nicer ways of putting it than that.
Well, because Dan, Rupert, and I are so much siblings.
Yeah, that's what I thought she meant, actually, yeah.
I'll go with you.
Now kill the snake.
Oh,
I
bless.
knew I was saying goodbye to the series. I knew I was saying goodbye to you.
Interesting. Oh, I love part 2, guys. So good. Uh-oh. Oh, I love that shot so much. It's so cool. What a journey he had, eh?
And I really wanted something earthier and more intense and more of the
Really? That is very different. I have heard that the final battle's different, actually.
In a strange, Horcruxy way.
Oh my
I
goodness.
thought, wouldn't it be wonderful if Dan just
Laughing
grabbed
away
him
through it.
and pulled him off this tower?
Come on, Tom.
Yeah, I'm not surprised this wasn't in the book. It's very different. I have heard that at least the final fight is actually very different in the books, which we'll be covering.
You're the one who's going to finish this. It has to go out on a high. It has to be
Yeah.
meaningful. It has to
Yeah.
resonate. It has to deliver.
I guess that's the thing with changing directors. That's a lot of pressure to make sure that it is the right end for the series. So many series mess up at the end, guys. Let's not talk about Game of Thrones. So there's meant to be a huge audience here. That's very interesting. In the Great Hall, it said, didn't it? A new beginning. ...
Yeah.
Why?
Because he doesn't like the clip in his hair. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. Are you excited?
Very interesting.
This is the first day. Oh my goodness.
It was weird things. Even my name didn't feel like my name. I felt I only
Oh
really
my
knew how to do
goodness.
one thing.
Yeah.
I knew how to play Ron.
Wow. What a thing to say.
It's almost like we did the most extreme form of method acting.
Yeah. How very interesting.
It feels like you're like a pillar of my life.
It's a very overwhelming thing because I've watched you grow up. We've watched each other grow up. We grew up together.
Oh, bless.
We will always be part of each other's life.
Bless. Not many child actors grow up to be completely, you know... I don't... stable, I guess, is the best way of putting it, guys. But these guys, yeah, it would have been such a huge freaking challenge for these kids.
I love you.
Oh, bless.
As a friend.
Oh. Yeah, waiting for that.
Clear for everyone watching.
That was what it all came down to, this one take of us jumping in a chimney.
It was.
Oh, interesting.
What was actually happening?
Because this is part 1.
And for the people who'd supported them and had been there for them
Oh,
throughout.
That last day, I just lost it.
Everyone in the background's crying as well. Oh, no.
Utterly devastated.
Oh my god, they
I
actually
think it was the
genuinely
first
look
time
really
we allowed
upset.
ourselves to even process or realize we'd done it.
There's something about Harry Potter that makes life richer. Like when things get really dark.
Yeah, this is what you
stories
guys have been
give us
telling me.
places we can go where we can rest.
These are the only films my dad and I watch together. Like, we can't talk about anything else, and like, we watch Harry Potter together.
Oh man, that's a lot of pressure. Small part, Ron.
Every child wonders how they're going to fit in.
Dobby will always be there for Harry Potter.
No idea
Very
he was
inspiring
Dobby.
for young people to go, oh, that could be me there, having that moment of doubt or that wobble or that argument with my parents.
It's made people who otherwise feel lonely they feel they belong.
Most of the fans that come up and say hello to me now weren't even born when we made the film, so.
Oh, jeez, that's a trip.
Older.
Yeah.
Very grateful.
Children grow into adults.
Yeah.
And to
That's
see
it,
that
isn't it?
journey on film, I don't think we've
Yeah.
I've never seen that before. I don't know if we'll ever see it again.
Very true.
The escapism you find, the
Oh my
healthy form of
goodness.
escapism, that I think is
That's
kind of
ridiculous.
what Harry Potter does.
And that's what these stories are for. They
Oh,
are
come on, where's the
guides
Hufflepuffs?
to how to live.
Quirrell!
Finnish gamekeeper in Hogwarts' last day on Harry Potter.
Oh, bless. Nice to see him get emotional.
So you could be
Yeah.
watching it in 50 years' time. Easy.
Oh, definitely. This ain't going nowhere. This series is going to be around.
I can't really explain to you, like, they're such good people. They both took the responsibility of it really seriously, and I appreciated that so much.
They're very important people to me.
The
Oh,
Crowley films were
sweet.
unbelievable. Are foundational to who I am.
Foundational. That's a great way of putting it.
It was a very good 10 years.
Oh, yes. That was incredibly sweet. Oh, don't, please. I've watched this so many times.
Always.
I've watched that scene so many times, guys. That was so sweet. My goodness, that got really sweet at the end, guys. It really, I mean, the thing is like, you can never really imagine what it's like for kids that age to be growing up with something that is going to dominate their entire lives. Like, you know, and being able to handle that. The fact that Emma Watson actually wanted out at one point is fascinating, but they're kids, guys. You can't like say, no, you have to devote the rest of your life to this, because it is the rest of their life, guys, even after the final shot is done, which was in part 1, which does make sense, because obviously 1 and 2 would have had to have been filmed right next to each other because they're a continuous story. But it's interesting that that it's a scene in part 1 that was done last, so that does kind of twist my melon a little bit, but that was incredibly sweet. That really was. Very different than I was expecting it to be, but I'm really glad I checked it out, and I'm glad that you guys recommended it to me. One thing that they were saying about how these movies are so important to people, I've got private messages and direct and comment publicly and everything from countless people saying how much this series means to them, and I can completely get it, guys. I can imagine growing up with this, it would feel like it's absolutely a part of your DNA in a way, and like associating, you know, good times and bad times with these movies, and confiding in these movies and the books during the bad times, associating characters with people that you love, and yeah, using it as escapism. That was such a treat. I'm so glad they did that. Seriously, the 20th anniversary. In a sense, I would have like, I guess in a way I wanted it to be longer, because I would like to hear more. Ralph Fiennes, whenever he was talking, was fascinating. That was truly, really fascinating. I loved hearing his take on the performance of Dumbledore. Hearing about the kiss and how it was like the most difficult thing for the two actors ever was hilarious, because when watching it, they knocked it out of the park. They really did. I didn't pick up on any awkwardness in the slightest. Would I like to hear about the differences with Gambon? Because obviously I've heard how Gambon went in saying, I'm not going to do an impression of Richard Harris. This is going to be a new take on the character. And they didn't cover that in this, but which is fine, guys. You can't cover everything. That's the problem. But what they did cover was absolutely glorious. And I'm glad that it focused mainly, particularly in the third act, in fact, if you can have a third act in a documentary, but really focused on the three actors. I thought that was really nice, sweet, and hearing how much it really does mean to them. There was all complete genuine emotion there, guys. I did say at one point how Daniel Radcliffe seems unconfident. That's a really bad way I worded that really badly, guys. What I mean is, like, when someone would pay him a compliment, he would instantly like look down and almost like And I get that as well. I'm not very good at taking compliments, guys. I find it like almost as if, oh man, as if not that I don't believe them, but that I guess in a way, when like if someone leaves a comment on a video saying how much they really liked my reactions and everything, I guess in my head I'm thinking, well, I mean, my stuff isn't that good, but I appreciate you for saying that, because inside, deep down, I know that it isn't as good as some people may see it as being. And I really got that from Daniel, the way that he was talking, and he was constantly bigging up everyone else as being phenomenal. And then whenever he's talking about himself, there was this insecurity, and I definitely lived with that my entire life, and so that was really sweet to see that Daniel Radcliffe apparently has this thing where he's always doubting himself, because I've absolutely had that. That was very fascinating too. I don't believe I'm tearing up during a freaking documentary video, guys, but yeah, when it started talking about Draco's mother, I'm afraid that did hit me very hard. For reasons. Yeah, so thank you to everyone who has sent me messages about how much these movies mean to you guys. It's so sweet of you to entrust that in me, to be able to tell me about how, you know, some very personal information about how much these characters and books mean to you. And quite frankly, the actress who played Luna, I guess said that the actors who played Ginny and Cho were also activists as well. I hadn't heard that, guys. I'm going to have to look that up. I knew that the actress who played Luna was. And her saying how in these movies, she'd be watching the actors and not say anything because she'd forget that she's meant to be acting. That's fantastic, because she'd grown up with these with the books and so on. As if she's like a fly on the wall rather than an actual character in it. Added so much to Luna. And her line, guys, in fact, I think I'm going to end on this line, guys. The fact that she said that she got to use her oddness as a superpower is one of the greatest sentences I think anyone has ever said. So I love that. That was such a treat. It really was. I guess I would have liked more talking with the twins, talking about, you know, the scene where Fred's died, Ron comes in and so on. But I guess you're limited for time, guys. I guess if I was to have my way, this would be like twice as long, and so they were limited for an extent. But it was lovely seeing those two actors back again, and the fact that they basically were like Fred and George to Rupert Grint is hilarious. About the whole dancing thing, that's absolutely amazing. That's absolutely brilliant, guys. This was so sweet. Thank you so much for watching this. There is more Potter stuff coming to the channel, guys. Marauders, the musical Legacy, when it comes out, we're definitely going to be covering on the channel, guys. And so Harry Potter is going to be a mainstay on this channel, guys, going forward. It really is. I cannot believe that those candles were really in the hall. That's insane. But yes, guys, love every single one of you. This series has been, you know what, if for how things are in RL at the moment, it's actually been a godsend to me as well. And so this series does mean a lot to me, but I can only imagine how much it means to people who grew up with these characters and these actors and are now seeing them flourish in other things. It's just phenomenal. Please like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. I'm VEGGIEKNIGHTS, and I'll see you next time.